session where we need to configure the DHCP, and also we need to configure the router. Need to configure the DHCP, the DHCP server together with this router. So we'll be configuring both the DHCP server and the router. So configuring the DHCP server and the router. So to do that, allow me share my screen. So this is just a simple network that you've built. A simple network that you have built. So you're going to navigate through and see how you're going to set up this session. So the first thing we added a router. So these are what's already built. So allow me build another one here, or we can do away with this, all of this, and we start from scratch. So we're going to add a router. So we add a router. This is the router. So you're also going to add a switch. This is a switch. So we need like 6 desktops here. So add 6 desktops. These are the 6 desktops here that you've added. So we've added 6 desktops. Now what you're going to do next, you're going to connect the desktops to the switch. So you connect Ethernet port 1, port 2, port 3, same to this one here, port number 4, same to this one. Sorry, not USB, it is an Ethernet cable. So you connect from there to this switch via port 5. So you need one more machine, one more desktop. So there it is. So you add, connect. So now we are going to connect the switch to the router. Now that's what we have established. This is the screen. Let me zoom it just a little bit here. I hope you can now see clearly. That's the network that you're having, the network that you're building at the moment. So what you're going to do next, you're going to configure the router and also configure, we'll also add the DHCP server. So let's add a DHCP server. So there we go. It's a DHCP server. So we place it there. So the first thing you're going to do, configuring the router. And to configure the router, as you can see, you have port gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Also have gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and the VLAN is not set. have IP address not set, that is IPv4, and IPv6 not yet set. So we're going to set that router configure. So you click on the router, and then let me share that configuration screen, the configuration page, so that we can configure step by step. Let me share the screen. So there's the screen. So here's our screen. That's the configuration page. So what you're going to do is the router. You can see interface. The first interface is not configured yet. The second also is not configured. So we'll go to the CLI. Check if it's enabled. So there's some settings that are already started. So let's view we have the configure terminal. Let's just repeat the command to see. Configure terminal. Then you have the interface. So we begin with the first one, which is G0/0, that one. Then you assign IP address to 192.168.10.1, then 255.255.255.0, enter, then exit. We forgot something, so let's get back to that interface G0/0, then let's still confirm 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0, then no shutdown, then press enter, then press exit to exit that interface. Then we go to the second one, interface G0, no space, 0/1, enter. Then you assign the IP address 192.168.11.1. Oh, I've forgotten the mark. So that's 255.255.0, enter. No shutdown. Exit. So that's how we do it. Now let's go back to this router. Let's go back to the router. Let's go back to the router. So if you go back to the router, and let me again share that screen so that we can see. You can see the exact thing that is happening. So if you click on the physical, this is the router, then the config. If you now click on this first interface, you'll see it has an IP address. If you click on the second one, it also has an IP address. That command of no shutdown, we are turning it on from this side. So let me go back to this main page. So what you're going to do, again, going to configure the server. So you click on the server. So you click on the server. Again, let me share my page so that you can clearly see. You can see what's happening. Just a little bit, let me share the page. Go to just wait. So this is the other page that you are seeing on your screen. The one you're going to configure, you're going to set the second page. For the router, sorry, for the DHCP, we're going to configure for the DHCP. So if you go back, you just click on the server, so you'll now be able to see whatever will be displayed as maybe the main icons or the main options for you to configure the DHCP server. So this is the screen. So let me share with you. So this is the screen for the server configuration. So you click on config, then you assign the IP address here, 192.168.10. Or you can simply go here, then you assign the IP address here, 192.168.10.2, then default gateway. So if you assign maybe the IP address here, that's one, close. Then you go back to services, go to DHCP, then you turn on the DHCP server. So this is the config. The name, you can give it a different name. So you can give it a name. So if we close this, then you go back to the main page here. Let's now connect the DHCP server to the router, sorry, to the switch. It's now connected. It's now connected to the switch. Let's now try and ping let's try and configure this PC. Let's configure the PC. So we are going to configure the PC there. So we'll just be doing on one PC, and then the rest you'll be doing for yourself. If you're using the DHCP, the DHCP way. So that's the screen there. So first you need to be sure with how you're connected. Maybe the gig 0 or gig 01. You go to desktop. Let's try and see. Good. It has picked the IP address from the server direct. So that is it's having IP address of .2. So in our IP address we have the network portion, which ends at this point 192.168.10. That is the network portion. Then the other portion is the host, for the host. So let's again configure the second one. So configuring the second one, again we are using the same process. Nothing is changing at that moment. Nothing will change. So first things, you click on that PC, whatever you want to, the PC that you want to configure. So you click on it, then it will redirect you to a configuration page, which will be able to see all the entities there. So you're having this one, you have this page here. So here you're going to you see you have physical, then you have the config, then you have the desktop. So you're going to desktop, then config. Now we'll pick the DHCP and let the network. So this is 3. So if we close this, and then let's try and ping the other one. So you go to ping 192.168. Sorry, dot 10.2. So it's responding. It's responding. So that means our DHCP is functioning, and now the desktops or the machines now have a valid IP address. So let's now go to the next step, where we are going to see how we can add more items, or going to add more devices on this network. So you go back to the network. So I now want to attach another switch. So you select a switch, then we add a switch here. Then we connect the switch to the switch, connect this switch to this other switch. Then let's add three more desktops. Let's add three more PCs. To have this. Remember, this just beginner level, just for the introduction to Packet Tracer. Connect the switch to the router, sorry, the switch to the PC. Again, the switch to the PC. So in this case, these PCs are also on the same network, so they'll pick that IP address. They'll pick the IP address since they are in the same network, so they'll pick the IP address from the DHCP server. So if you go to the DHCP server, you'll see how many users can be accommodated. So it's 512, and depending on how you set the gateway, so the first IP that will be assigned to you cannot be replaced or taken by other machines because it's directly fetched from the server, which is the DHCP server. So let's proceed to now configuring these other machines, these other PCs. So you can again name, you can place a note down here. Maybe these are maybe library section. You can say library, this library, the computer lab. Then we can highlight the different color. Let me highlight here. Also, we didn't fill, so let's fill that one. Let me delete this. Yes, so you can highlight in this case, and to mean these are maybe different room or a different office, but still on the same network. So this is the library. So we're going to configure the library PC and then ping with the next office. We are not yet implementing the VLANs, so just doing the basic level. So click on that PC. Then after clicking the PC, you'll be able to see the other parts of the other section. Let me share something here. So you click on the PC. Then after clicking with the PC, it will bring the configuration page. It will take you to the configuration page where you'll now be making some changes to that device, that specific device. So here you go to desktop, because our major interest is picking the IP address from the DHCP server. So this one is having an IP address of 4. is having an IP address of .4. So I now want to ping these two machines. So let me highlight. Let me change the color, maybe to a light one. I want to ping this machine and also this one. I want to ping these two desktops. So these two desktops. So the first one was having an IP address of .2 and this one is having .4. So I click this PC from the library. So I click on that PC from the library. Clicking that PC from the library, you now have to access the settings, and now we're going to ping the other PC from the other switch. Since we said we connected on the same network because it's just down below on the same router, and we are fetching, maybe you're accessing the router through the switch. So I'm sharing this page. This is my page here. So this is the PC from the library. That is the PC from the library. That is the PC from the library. So we go to first confirm the IP address. It is .4. So we're going to ping the other PC. So command prompt, then ping 192.168.10.2. So you ping. We now have a reply from that PC. We now have a reply from that PC. So what you're going to do next, you can add as many machines as you can, but remember the mode of connection. So let's now save this file. You can go to file, then save. You can name it day one, or let's say Cisco Packet Tracer. Cisco Packet Tracer day one. So let's create a folder here. You can name it Cisco Activity, or we just say Cisco Evening Sessions. So we'll be doing every day, so that file is saved. So ensure you save your file. So you can repeat that process. So on the Cisco, click on Files, then click on Save As. Click on File, then click on Save As. Then you assign a name. Assign a name to your that project. Then you save. So thank you so much for tuning in to this session for the Packet Tracer, day 1, for the introductions to Packet Tracer. So we're bringing you more and more content. In case you have any questions concerning the Packet Tracer, you can ask, or even you can share with us through our email or even through our website, which we are going to share the website name in a few. And in case you also having any technical challenges or technical issues, you can contact us. So thank you and have a nice time till we meet in the next session, and stay blessed.